the macaroons were given to her by Christine. She eats them behind her husband's back. Rank also says that there are people who find fault in others and put them in lucrative positions while degrading morality. There is also moral decadence, like we have seen earlier, by Rank's assertions about Krogstad, who he says suffers from a diseased moral character.
Sailing on the same boat as my teacher, it is beyond reasonable doubt that moral decadence has devastated the community that Nora and Helma lived in. We can see that Nora and Rank was a secret admirer of Nora, despite the fact that Torvald, the husband of Nora, was his close friend and Nora was also a friend. Secondly, Nora goes on to lie about the source of the macaroons. She had first disobeyed the husband by eating the macaroons. Secondly, she goes on lying about actually accusing Mrs. Lind of purchasing the macaroons. And through Rank's assertion that I think it is wrong for Dr. Rank to refer to somebody as a diseased moral character. And through his assertion, we find out that Krogstad, who had facilitated the forgery, was an immoral person. So it is obvious that in this society, everybody had a speck or a log of impurity and impunity in him or her.
Adding to what my colleagues have said, I would like to put it across that if we see that Miss Lynn has been able to visit Nora, through this she is asking for a job, and since Miss Nora lies to having a friend buying the macaroons, this is clearly dishonesty, and Torvald comes downstairs, and also the macaroons are said to be of Christine's, but we can see that Christine tries to defend herself, but all in all, it comes across that Christine's the one who bought it, which is a complete dishonesty in Nora's side.
We move to episode 4 of Act 1, and this one we have titled Krogstad's Visit. Now, this being another new character, we see him coming to visit, and from his visit we learn a few things. He has come to remind Nora of the forgery she committed and make a few demands or set a few conditions regarding the same. We learn that he works in a bank in which Helma has been appointed as the manager, and he's set to be dismissed. So he takes this opportunity to twist Nora into convincing her husband not to fire him. Failure to which he threatens to cause even more harm, not only to her, but to her husband too. This sets an air of confusion in Nora, and she can't believe that forging her father's signature was an act that was going to cost her life. And in a way, she questions the law which Krogstad, a solicitor, professes. She believes in the law of nature, where something that is right, despite violating the law, should be tolerated. This is contrary to what Krogstad believes. And I think at this point, we can get a commentary.
Nora is seen as a paragon of women, liberators from male dominance, from male chauvinism, albeit the fact that she's doing this behind her husband's back. And that portrays her as a dishonest person, as an unreliable person, because at the end of the day, she commits a forgery which puts her marriage and reputation of her husband at stake. She thus has to plead with Krogstad not to let the secret out. From the news of a looming dismissal, Krogstad is out to use all means to twist the Helmers into his tune. He is determined to fight for his position in the bank. It is also clear that he is corrupt and dishonest. We had mentioned that earlier. From their conversation, we learn that the society does not allow a woman to borrow money without the consent of her husband. And this is the height of male dominance.